the border czar of the Trump administration, Tom Homan. Tom, it's so great to see you, my friend. You have been working tirelessly since day one. Explain to us about this removal of the ICE director, the acting ICE director. Is this something that you and the president feel is important to do to keep America safe?
No, look, it wasn't my decision to remove the acting ICE director. That was Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. ICE reports to her. They're not in my chain of command, but I've been pretty clear for the last couple of weeks that even though the ICE are double what the Biden administration did a year ago today, they're not good enough. We know, even though we doubled the amount of criminal aliens arrested, doubled the amount of gang members arrested, doubled the amount of overall illegal aliens arrested, we got to do more. Doing twice as much as a president that wasn't doing anything is not enough for me. So I will not rest until every criminal alien, every illegal gang member is eradicated from the United States. That is what President Trump promised the American people, and we're going to keep President Trump's promise.
You know, Tom, how much more can be done? And does it seem like you feel like you're still hitting a lot of roadblocks, especially with many Democratic leaders? I mean, we have seen some of the reactions from, say, the governor of New York. We've seen Governor Pritzker in Illinois. Are you astounded that there are still people who are saying, no, I don't want to even deport criminal migrants? I mean, it's an amazing thing for Americans to hear. And why do you think that is continuing with some Democratic leaders?
Well, look, I'm amazed every morning. I wake up that you got elected governors, elected mayors, elected city council members that don't want to remove public safety threats from their communities. Their number one responsibility to their constituency is to protect the communities. And President Trump and I have been clear from day one. We're concentrating on public safety threats. We're prioritizing national security threats. And that should be a nonpartisan issue. We should all be on the same page. So look, I've said it before. If they don't want to help, get out of the way, because we're coming and going to do it. Chicago says I wasn't welcome in Chicago. Guess where the first place I went? Chicago. Now we got the Boston police commissioner doubling down on his non-cooperation with ICE. Well, now I've got to go to Boston. We're going to send the men and women of ICE to these sanctuary cities, and the sanctuary cities want to help they want to make our job more difficult. They want to put roadblocks up. That just means we're going to double the manpower in those cities. So if they don't give us the bad guy in the county jail, which we want to access the county jails, we can't arrest him in the county jail, then we'll go to the neighborhood and find them. But here's the problem. I'm going to give sanctuary cities exactly what they don't want. More agents in the communities and more non-criminals arrested. Because when we find the bad guy in the neighborhood, when we will find him, he's probably with others. Others that aren't a public safety threat, but if they're there when we arrest the bad guy, they're going to. So sanctuary cities get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the neighborhood and more non-criminals arrested because you forced me into the community.
That's a really powerful point. You're right, because they're also putting other people rounding up because of their resistance. How do you feel also like the Department of Justice? I know you had mentioned like even there have been referrals to them of some people that you feel have actually been impeding efforts or aiding and abetting. Do you think it's actually going to get to the point where maybe we might even see some political leaders arrested?
Well, look, I've been clear that you can hate ICE all you want, you can not help us, but you don't cross that line. If you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE, you will be prosecuted. At least I'll ask for prosecution through the Attorney General's office. If you impede our efforts, if you actively impede the arrest of an illegal alien, I'll ask Pam Bondi to prosecute that person. We're not playing games here. Matter of fact, we just did the first harboring, concealing prosecution in Los Fresnos, Texas this week of somebody that knowingly harbored illegal aliens and were concealing them in the place of business. That's the beginning. We're just starting. You're going to see worksite enforcement operations explode across this country. And when you harbor and conceal an illegal alien, not where you just face civil penalties for harboring an illegal alien, knowingly harboring an illegal alien. If you're harboring and concealing, that is a felony. We will seek felony prosecution. We're not playing a game. It's not okay to be in this country illegally. It's not okay to cross the border, which is a crime, and remain in the United States illegally, especially if you commit a crime against U.S. citizens. This is not okay. We're going to secure the border, and we're going to save lives. By securing the border, we've got border numbers down over 90%, which means less sexual trafficking of women and children, which means less people on the terrorist watch list, which means less fentanyl coming across killing Americans. We're going to secure the border that saves lives. We're going to force the interior enforcement, because if we don't enforce the interior laws and there's no consequences, they're going to keep coming. We got to send a clear message to the whole world. We're a nation of laws, and we're going to enforce them. We're going to do it without apology.
You know, Tom, you just talked about the incredible drop of border crossings, which is really remarkable when it shows that there's leadership from you and, of course, President Trump and all the people working with both of you. Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, put out a really powerful video this week where she said she was encouraging people to self-deport, saying, get out now, and then you can come back legally. If you don't, there will be serious repercussions. Are you seeing people taking advantage of that, I guess, in the sense of self-deporting, getting that message? Have you seen any numbers on that?
We're pulling the numbers now, but we've seen numerous caravans turn around going south. We know the population of people heading south back into Central America are at an all-time high. So I think we sent a serious message, and I think Kristi Noem is right. Look, if you make us go through the effort of taking you to immigration court and getting a formal order of deportation from an immigration judge, that's going to put a bar on you from ever coming back to the country for anywhere from 5 to 20 years. And so if you have a U.S. citizen child here, you want the petition for you, not going to happen. If you want to come back on a visitor visa, tourist visa, not going to happen because you have this statutory bar. Leave on your own, then come back the right way. But if we have to formally deport you, you're going to be facing a significant bar of ever re-entering the United States again. So I would take Kristi Noem's advice, leave the country, and come back the right way. We got millions of people standing in line, taking their tests, doing the background investigation, paying the fees to come to the greatest nation on earth the right way. In the last 4 years, we've had millions of people, cheaters, making us false asylum claims across the border and standing in front of the line. Meanwhile, we actually have thousands of people in the world who really are escaping fear and persecution from their home government, and they're sitting in the back seat. We're a nation of laws, we want to enforce the laws. So please, if you're here illegally, leave on your own and have future opportunities to come back to the greatest nation on earth.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, Tom Homan, we thank you, my friend, for everything you have done. Your family, you come from a family of law enforcement, and I know how much you love this country, and you keep up the great work. It's wonderful to have you here, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great to have you here, the great Tom Homan.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.